Peace, 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 and more peace. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's beautiful morning. Yeah. Peace to the gods. Oh yeah. Peace to the goddesses, 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 goddesses. How y'all feel out there? It's beautiful morning. Beautiful morning. Feeling good. Feeling golly. I'm excited about life right now. We want to pick up today in spirituality and bliss and connectedness and oneness. We want to talk about how religions hijack spirituality. We're going to show some examples. We're actually going to pick up where we left off last night, right? So let's run ourselves on this beautiful Sunday. Shout out to the sun people, to the soul people. Take a deep breath. Let's go. Excuse me. Yeah, them belches coming up. When you do it right, boy, you setting off that vibration. And see what that vibration, right? You getting all that air out. All that unnecessary air. You know, a baby got to be burped. You got to take a baby, put it over your shoulder and burp it. And I guess that's what I've been doing to this community, right? To this world. You got to put them over the shoulder. You got to pat them on his, pat them on their back. You know? Beautiful morning. See the sun come on back. Definitely hit the like button when you come through. We are here for you. You know? Just relax, y'all. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time here. I'm glad to have you. Glad to share this time with you. I don't take my experience, my existence lightly. You know, every moment is beautiful. Every moment is beautiful. So let's talk about spirituality. Religions hijack spirituality because they know that's what the people crave. They know we the soul people. They know that we feel more, we see more, and we want more. So religions tap into our desires to know ourselves. Why is this a thing? Well, so again, we picking up where we left off last night. I'm gonna start talking when I'm done, I guess, right? I'll get into some words of wisdom if I have any. But we're gonna do a reaction. Shout out to bro, because again, this is where we stopped last night. And I didn't know that cuz really be like watching us until the show was over. I kind of figured some stuff, but I didn't know he'd be watching. So how did I know he'd be watching, right? Because when I hung up the joint, I seen a video came on my feed from him, right? And it was like, where'd it go? Where did it go? Let's see. Oh, right here. 2 weeks ago, African countries leave for African Union. Pan African is dead. I was like, wow. How did you see that? Huh? You see, I didn't watch it. Like, I don't have a red line on it. Yeah, I was like, damn, cuz be watching, huh? So I didn't think much of it. I was like, I didn't disrespect him. I tried to keep it real. We tried to free the man. I tried to free the man. So it's just me doing my job, teaching hard, right? With love. So here comes Cuz this morning. He comes back. Now, mind y'all, he ain't do a video in a while. He ain't do a video in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like a week or two, right? His wife been getting busy. His wife is his partners, right? So 2 weeks ago was the last thing he did. Pan Africanism is dead. But he comes back this morning, re- rethinking living in Africa and apologizing. So I had to watch it because I knew that this had something to do with what we talked about last night, right? Of course it did. Priest King is sitting up here controlling it, having good conversations. And shout out to bro
Imagine if ChatGPT
because he helped me
and
see
Canva
some
had a
stuff right
baby.
here. And we're going to have a conversation based upon his response to our response. You know, I had to stop it. I was watching it. I had to stop it because I'm like, man, let's just react. Because I feel like he having a conversation with us, with me, with y'all. You know, this is a response, basically. I think, but we're gonna skip around. You know, and again, you gotta be hard. So let's bring this up. Where we at right here with bro? Bro is a Pan African, going back to Africa. Now he's saying Pan Africanism is dead. He's in Africa trying to find the lost tribe. Now let's look at religion versus spirituality, y'all. We're gonna break this down.
Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all. I hope that your day is as blessed as mine is. I am chilling on my way over to the Asia side of the world, hunting for our lost souls who are out here, who were scattered from the Arabs' slave trade that lasted almost 14 centuries. We're going to be creeping into Vietnam. We're going to be creeping into Thailand, Malaysia, as well as Singapore.
You see. So again, this about the conversation yesterday about him looking, him being on his mission. He's still on his mission, y'all. Shout out to this brother on a mission to find the lost tribes. It didn't work out in Africa, you know, but he's not giving up on it.
I'm going to be on the hunt for the brothers and sisters who were actually sent over all those years ago. I'm actually in Oman right now. Do many of you all know? Check the history out. That in Oman, the Sultan had conquered Zanzibar or Tanzania, and they enslaved those interior Africans that we call the chosen or the children of Israel, who were taken from the interior of Africa, which we would probably be known today as the Congo area, all the way over to as far as close to the eastern shore, or excuse me, the western shore of Africa, and brought over in through the Arab slave trade, sent all the way over to many countries. Oman has a lot of uh, Tanzanians, if you will, or I like to say the lost sheep of the children of Israel. And I'm going to come back to Oman so that I can reach.
Now, again, see, I want to talk about spirituality because spirituality is an infusion. I don't want to talk about religion. I want him to show you all this religion. This is what he's doing religion. When you out here chasing these people, you out here trying to bring a message, you out here trying to you know, relive a fairy tale in a book of some people that was supposedly taken from the west coast of Africa and then taken into Thailand, taken into Malaysia, you know? So that's the religious aspect. It's not spiritual, brother. It's not dealing with anything spiritual. Spirituality is within. It's a spiral. Now I'm not saying he don't believe he's inspirited, but I'm telling you, where is your personal win? Where is your personal reality in this? We're looking for spirituality. We're looking for some type of personal success. Like he's traveling the world. He's trying to behold. He's trying to find himself in the world. He can't find himself inside of himself because, in my opinion, we're lacking spirituality. He's lacking spirituality. He has religion. He has a charge. He has a mandate, but he doesn't have a purpose. He's not purpose driven.
Reach out to many of the people who are here and see what do they even know their story. But if many of those, to keep it short, because this is not even not about my topic, but I'm just letting y'all know I'm on my travels, and I'm stepping in to the Asian side of the world, where we can go back to Africa and see how far she extends to the people there today. Peace and blessing to you all. I see y'all coming in, and I hope your day is as beautiful and blessed as mine is. Now, saying all that, I want y'all just to go ahead and just do a quick check to see how the Sultans control Tanzania and how really why it's 90% Arab. I mean, excuse me, 90% Muslims. Their president, Mama Samia, is a Muslim. And, I have got to talk and sit down with many people that are there in Tanzania who are Muslims, and many of them don't know how they became Muslims. They thought, think their history is based upon what they were told and taught in their schools, and many of them have a very few little knowledge of real.
So the point here is that he gave up on Africa, y'all. He gave up on that part of the mission. He's done with Africans. No, he's done with them.
The stigma that we have against talking about our mental health and asking for help when we need it has got to end right now. 2 years
For some things in this journey of Africa. Let me say this right here. Shout out to many of my brothers and sisters who have come over to the motherland, who have established themselves in business, in residence, and citizenship. You know, man, I tell you, it is a beautiful thing to see our brothers and sisters who have done such, overcome a feat, overcome adversities, overcome obstacles and potholes in their journey along life to seek a place beyond where they were coming from a Western world. But I'm gonna say this too, that even to my uh, uneducated background of 7 years ago coming to Africa, there were many things that I believed that was not true. You know, the family network. I thought the family network was really tighter than what it actually is. Not to say that it's non-existent, but I would tell you it's a different type of family network when it comes to what I thought that the man, woman, and child would be in close proximity.
And again, like this is I'm showing this because I want y'all to know I like this guy. And I'm telling y'all that these people are being hijacked by religion. Because what he's doing is a spiritual thing. The route he's taking is a spiritual path. He's on a spiritual journey. He's not a religious journey. He's not a conqueror. He's not a real colonizer. The Hebrew religion, the Bible, has made him a colonizer. But he's looking for a spiritual connection. He's looking for his people. He's looking for A alikes, B alikes. But he's lost in this book. He's looking for something that doesn't exist based upon a description, based upon a fictitious parameter that only exists in this Bible with these Hebrews, these Moabites, and these Ishmaelites, these created creatures. But he's looking for family. He's looking for examples of family that he can connect to. This ain't religion. This is a way of life that he's trying to find. Because again, you can be at peace in a lion's den, right, Daniel? Daniel can find silence in a lion's den. Who was the dude that they put in the fire? He had to find peace in the fire, right? So that's the difference between spirituality and peace. And these brothers are looking for a home, they're looking for an identity that's outside of themselves. And he's willing to go to Sri Lanka, Viet Cong, Bangkok, wherever the white man says there's a Hebrew, he's willing to go to find community. That's not spirituality, that's religion. He want to know, where has this religion worked?
Proximity as a unit, and I find that not to be the case. Um, that doesn't mean that there is a dysfunction in the family network. No, not at all. No, no. It actually works out in a different way for the betterment, in a sense, where we are accustomed to um, living in close proximity as man, woman, and child. It is not that way for the most part here in Africa. I've been to African countries. I'll be hitting my 30 um, fourth country here in another month, hopefully knocking out Cameroon and also knocking out Nigeria. We're going to see on that.
Stop trying to sell your courses or coaching programs at the end of a
He's
webinar.
coming back. I mean, you know,
Eritrean American. Thank you very much, Acorn City. Yes, Eritrea. I got a brother right now from Eritrea that's trying to connect me with some locals so we can delve into their biblical scripture, ancient writings. Europeans call it a Bible, but I'm going to be delving in there and I'm going to compare because theirs was written in Giza and they have the first of the original text of their holy scriptures that the Europeans came, copied, transferred, transmitted, translated, transliterated, whatever words you want to use. And yet we die by the words on the paper as though it's fact, and that is an inspired word of God. So I'm going to delve into that. I'm going to rip that Bible apart because the names that are there are not true. God is not a name given by that we hold as a name. God has no meaning. It's a European concept. It's been given by the European. We know in a Hebraic tongue we would say Elohim. We know Jesus is a created name. It's a European construct, and it has no meaning, though they try to say it does.
see, that's what I said about yesterday. They so worried about it being black and it being fake that when they can find something older, when they can find something, you know, that dates back, they don't see it as being an original fake. Like, oh, this is where they faked it from. This is the fake that they faking. He don't see it like that. He see it like, no, this is the fake from the original. But the original is just a fake. The original is just an ideology. Because again, these people don't live like that. But None of this has to do with spirituality. What does you finding the oldest Hebraic text in the world have to do with your spirituality? Again, I'm telling you, the people that are caught up in these religions don't understand the archaeology, don't understand the translations. They accept this European Bible. What he just said is made up and fake and lies. They accept it. And again, the spirituality aspect that's missing in my brother right here, if he was really a spiritual person, if he really believed in what he was teaching, like I say, you don't run away, you don't flee, you don't go black to Africa. You stay here in America and you convert the ones you love, the people that you grew up with, if you really believed it. But what I'm saying is, in my opinion, is that they're looking to find it working. They're looking for an example of this Hebrew thing being a reality. Because again, I'm telling you that they mix and imagine it. They don't believe in the concept of God, but they believe in the concept of Elohim, which is just what is if a concept is a concept. If you believe in a creator, you believe in a God, brother. No matter how you mix the words, no matter how you try to um, make it, you know, add some sugar on the shit, make it sweet as it goes down, you believe in a creator. You believe in a being that created you outside of yourself. You gave up your power. You believe in a master's plan, and you're not the master. You're just a part of the plan. That's okay. But we have to understand that. Because again, if you were incorporated with the master, if you were a part of creation, soul and part, I am, right? You wouldn't have to travel the world to complete your mission. You wouldn't have to keep leaving places and cities like a tourist on a tour guide. But that's what I'm saying, and it's not. This is not disrespecting my brother. This is finishing the conversation because I'm telling y'all, he's having this with us. Y'all don't understand it. This is a response to what we did last night. He's gonna keep responding, but I just want y'all to see that nothing that what he's saying puts him in the position of power. You know, when he gets those scriptures, what's that's going to do for him? Nothing, because he didn't go right there right now and get it done. He gonna go to Thailand first. He can go Bangkok first. Spirituality is different. You meditate wherever you are. You can be in the bathroom. You could be on a bus and one yourself. You're not chasing. You're not running from. You are a star on a star. You see what I'm saying? Everybody is a star. A star is stuck. It's being. It don't travel too much, too far, too fast. So that's what I'm saying. Like we missing spirituality here.
It does not have no meaning to those who are using it. Let me give you all just a bit. This is gonna save. That's what Yeshua means. Save you from your enemies while on earth. Christianity says, Jesus come to save you from hell. No, he come to save you from this crazy world, from your stinking thinking, save you from the government, save you from the religion. This is what Yeshua did. The created Jesus was a construct, it was a mindset of a European that they call on to go control a world. This is why they can name slave folks Jesus. They can name the fort Jesus. They can name God a God. If in scriptures that the most
They can name God a God. Do you hear the double talk? Do you hear the indoctrination, the spin? The look in the air to try to create himself, his reality now. He's imagining what it should be. They're trying to make God a God. They created God into a God. Like, you see what I'm saying? A tree is a tree, whether you call it a tree or you call it arbor. It is a tree. A rose by any other name is still as sweet because conceptually you understand what it is. Conceptually, it could be a God, it could be Allah, it could be um, Amun Ra, whoever is your creator concept, they'll translate it into a word that means God. But he doesn't understand that. So he's upset with Europeans. And again, how did he get converted to this religion? From books given to him by Europeans. Now he's looking for what they consider the authentic. Once you learn from the European that you don't trust, you don't like, then you want to go say, I'm gonna go find the real because I don't trust him, I don't like him. Or maybe he ain't right because he pushing this unright doctrine and you start pushing it from a different angle and you can't get right.
Most High said that we as a people who were the original, the ones that were chosen, would be scattered, sent on ships across the globe. It is amazing when you see it has unfolded. How in the world, when you look at history, you say, hold up, well, who are these people? How are the people there in a certain region of this world that they created in 1948, call it Israel, and they say they're the people, but they haven't been scattered to the four corners of the earth? But when you look at history and see that they came into Africa, the Arabs came to take from the center and the north of Africa and the east of Africa and scattered us all the way over to the.
You see, so again, like it's not. This is what they. It's what is. He's looking for something. Because now he's saying that they went into Africa. I thought that they went into Israel and took the people from Babylon, right? Babylon. They took them to Babylon from Israel. Who? I'm saying, like, who took the people? How did they get into Africa now? Now it's a slave trade. That slave trade didn't happen until the 1800s, bro. 17, 16. If you want to go to the 1600s, you can't go back further with the slave trade in 1600s because you ain't got nowhere to take them. So I'm just saying, like, y'all want to make this antiquity thing. Y'all want to make this a 10,000-year slave trade because you're hoping and wishing that you could have some help from a higher being. You hoping and wishing that somebody could take pity on you in your depressed, oppressed state. But you don't want to hope and wish that somebody can empower you. That something, some energy, a spirit. You know, like what's to have the creator if the creator don't empower you? They don't have a creator that gives them power. It just gives them plane tickets. It just gives them hotel rooms, right? When you don't need that, when you need to sit and create the family network that you see in your mind. Don't go to Africa and complain that you don't see what you see in your mind in another person's country when you could have made what you seen in your mind where you were. You could have created the heaven on earth where you live. That's the colonizer mentality I'm talking about because you want to go there and do something that you can't do where you from. You want to go there and live a life that you didn't live where you at.
Far as to the east. The Europeans came and did the same on the west and scattered us over to the Americas.
Like again, like this is so like they pick and choose. They just take whatever makes sense. Bro, in my opinion, like I say, this is the political era. This is the colonizer part of religion. None of this is spiritual. None of the things he's talking about is spiritual. He's powerless. He's weak. There's no I am in his conversation. We gonna get into it. Ain't no I am in it.
Isn't that interesting? That holds validity in some of the words that have been written as for us to acknowledge the fact that we are a people who walked away.
Who have been kidnapped. We are a people who have been depressed, who have been victimized, who've been scattered. And now he about to say, he just said we got kidnapped. We just got scattered by boats.
From Elohim.
Now we walked away from Elohim. Like, how do you walk away from something that's prophesied? That's if it's going to be, you have nothing, you have no choice to walk away from it. This is the mindset then like of a person that accepts defeat, accepts their lowly status in life. I never have. I never have. That's what he is. He's a never have. He's a mental never have. He's a spiritual never have, brother. You got to get out of that. You got to shake that out of you. You know? Because again, all he have, like again, is scattered. It is pain and promises and covenants that don't exist.
Some got other names, you know, and the power of the Most High, which is a spiritual entity, something that we can't fathom, something that we can't even come, we only know that much of. Even using those European construct names, already know your heart anyway. So it's not like you stand in error. But if we grow to understand that words have meaning, we should all begin to use the words so that when we
If words have meanings, I am. He and I am once.
regurgitate, speak out, or pray, or words have an effect. So then, that when you call on a name, any man who believes in my name, in my name, on my name, that means the meaning of it, you shall be saved, because that's what it means. Let me get back to the topic at the matter at hand. Let me give some more shout outs to, I want to give a shout out to my brother and sister in, I see that they even did a video of some of the children going back to America. It's all good though. Hey, the children have to learn too. Nobody has walked in our shoes, haven't walked in my shoes. Many people haven't experienced what we have gone through. So it doesn't matter. But to the Bag family, y'all check them out if you don't know who they are, over in the Gambia, doing some things. And I believe the Most High is definitely working, dealing, and also playing a part in their journey. Um, you know, Africa has taught me a lot, where I used to say that Africa is, the pinnacle, or the place that might be an example for where we as a people should stand.
You see, is an example of where we as a people should stand. This is what he's looking for around the world. He's looking for examples. The Most High didn't give him the example. He don't have that. This is spirituality. This is spirituality. This is what Hebrews don't have. This is what Moors don't have. That's why they don't have a culture. That's why they don't have a land. That's why they don't have any mores to distinguish them, because they don't have vision. Without vision, my nigga, you see what I'm saying? They don't have vision. There's no spirituality in none of this. Without vision, my nigga, God will tell you to go save the world and you leave your family here to starve, huh? You leave your family here to fight with the devil, with the European, huh? While you out here looking for an example. Like what's like again, this is the people that don't trust themselves to know that they have a way, that they got a plan, they got a solution, that they can come up with the right way. He need to go to Africa to find a pinnacle, to find an example from some cave dwellers, from some people that live in a forest without a house or a tree, a house or a building to first. But they the example, and the people that raised him ain't shit. Again, brother, we are here to add on. We are here to 2.0 this. We are here to be the better version of the people that created us, representing our bloodline. I don't need an example of another nigga telling me how to represent my bloodline. If it's some things that I want to add on, I'm going to do it here. But again, the Bible, this cursed doctrine that you are oppressed, you are a loser, you don't know, you were kidnapped, you did something wrong in a past life that got you here in America, free, right? And they believe that. They travel the world looking for examples instead of looking inside of themselves for that perfection, for that wonderful world to manifest around them. He's traveling the world looking for examples. And this is all Hebrews. This ain't my brother here. This is what the religion did to the spirituals, to the people that's looking for peace and harmony, for the people that's looking for togetherness and oneness. They have them afraid to trust in themselves. They have them afraid to believe in their own abilities. They have to look for examples.
That's not necessarily true. I had to learn. I had to learn. I had to learn.
That you can't go outside of yourself for perfection. You can't go outside of yourself for divinity. You can't go out. I mean, like I tell you, we can't even look at these celebrities and these stars as examples. The example is what you see in your head when you do this, when you do the work, when you take time to listen to that vibration. That's the example. The I am imagination.
That it even has its problems, its issues. I've said this before, and people, I know everybody's on their own walk of life. Everybody has their own beliefs. They have their own views or opinions. And most got them from somebody else. But people, I've seen a, a, a multitude of different beliefs in Africa religiously. And, there are many names people associate with it, African spirituality, voodoo, ancestral spirituality, and all these things here. You know, I can see why Africa is in the state that it's in. It stands for nothing. There's no unity in where it stands. It's actually, uh, you know, when I say stands for nothing, we're talking about it comes a day. I had to learn this I had to learn this in my early 40s. I'm 57 now, about to be 58 in a few months. I had to learn this. God doggone it. If I'm believing in something and I see no results in it, wake up and realize that I might be going down the wrong road. Let's be real. Let's be adult here. Let's have some serious thought processes. If you
So again, I think that's the more of the conversation from last night. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not opposed to again to that's what we talked about last night. But I don't see spirituality in none of this conversation, y'all. That's all I'm saying. We don't see spirituality. We don't see none of that. I want him to keep going. He want to talk about conversations with God.
you keep bumping your head, you keep having this trials and tribulations over and over again, something should wake you up and say, I got to make a change. I got to have a different mindset. When I came,
Now that's spirituality. I am. I'm capable of changing. I am capable of being better. That's spirituality. You see how he switched it? He didn't mention God. He didn't mention Yahweh. He didn't mention nothing. He said when he was 40, I came. I had a conversation with myself, I guess. I came to the understanding, not the Bible, not the, you know what I mean? That's when we start realizing life, when we start having real conversations with ourselves. And those are the most impactful parts of our existence. The times that we listen to ourselves, the times when we trust the intuition, we trust the inner knowing. That's spirituality. Now he must have forgot. I get it. We on this path, we forget. But he's on a spiritual journey. He's caught up in this religion. A lot of us are caught up in religion, trying to appease a, a non-existent God in the sky. When we should be doing what we feel, what we know is right. We should be living the life that we imagine. We can trust ourselves to know that we can imagine a great life. We don't need an example. We don't need to waste all of that time. He said he wasted all of them years just to find out that Africa, the example, the pinnacle of all of that he thought was none of it. He would have spent better time digging in the soil, planting the seed of grassroots. Because that's spirituality. Knowing what you bring to the table, knowing what you can do. Trying to change the world. You kind of go over there and copycat their religion and copycat their style. And you see it don't work. And again, see, this is the shit that people, this is what they like. They like shit that don't
came
work.
into Africa, I had, I've been growing 7 years. And there's some things that I'm like, Africa definitely ain't perfect. And Africa got a lot of growth. Africa still has, we're talking 1.5 billion people with thousands of different tribes and thousands of different languages have evolved into all of this, what we see, with little to no.
Now, again, this is all politics. None of this is religion. None of this is spirituality. This is all a black man dream, black unity. He can admit that there's thousands of different tribes and thousands of different languages, but then he gonna tell you that we all Hebrews, that we all scattered. He gonna tell you that everybody, that we all caught up in this Elohim shit, but there's a thousand different people, and that we were sold to somebody, and that you're not gonna take the time to figure out who you were sold to if you were sold. Because if the Arabs kidnapped you, somebody bought you. That's what you're saying. So this pretzel logic that they got is not based on spirituality. It's not based on what he can do. Look at his face though. Like I be saying, like I like bro, but it's like, do you? He don't know. He don't believe this shit. He's looking for an example. He's looking for the epitome of somebody making it work because he don't see it inside of himself. He don't see the strength inside of himself, the power inside of himself.
Um, Success.
In fact, there's always new recipes. We have
And that's what we got to get to. We got to start to see power in ourselves.
Wake up and say, we doing something wrong. Now, I'm not going to ridicule. I mean, hey, every man for himself. But I do notice and take notice when things in my life, when I had to grow and realize that my system, my views, my opinions, if I saw there was no results, if I didn't see it was fruitful, if I didn't see there was no gains, if I didn't see it was getting nowhere for me, I had to do a self assessment and say, what the heck are you following, believing in, you got to reassess and come to a total different outcome. Thank goodness, as my life has progressed, I'm able to walk in more of a light than what I did back then. I don't believe there we could ever get to absolute truth. I believe we can walk in truth and continue to walk and get clarity in life. That's the beautiful thing of life. And this is why I will.
That's why we got to put down these Bibles and these religions. You know what I'm saying? Because he done read the whole book and he still ain't got clarity. He done traveled the globe and he still ain't got clarity. He about to get the old scriptures, the original in Giza, and he ain't got no clarity. You know what I mean? Like, you put your coat on up and you don't know where you're going. You grab your keys, you walk to the door, and you don't know where you're going. You ain't got no clarity. Religion lacks spirituality. Religion lacks accountability. Religion lacks responsibility. Religion lacks I am. How many times you gonna have to read the scripture before you get clarity? Like, that's the shit that I hate. Like, they got like 60 something chapters, 60 something books in that joint. You read all of them and you don't get a prize. I mean, I finished the Bible and I don't get a perfect life. I don't get a reward on earth. No, you get nothing. You don't even get clarity. You got more confusion than when you went in. We got to put these religions down. These religions is stopping you from your clarity. Your clarity is that you might have made a mistake and you got to sit there and analyze your mistake, not wait for hallowed be thy name, the will of God be done. Clarity. How you walking through life and you need clarity?
Never hold charge to where people stand, whether they're religiously, whether it's them, whether they're holding true to their nationality, the politically, because all these things we hold homage to. We give all of our energy, sweat, blood, guts, and tears into political aspects, national aspects, uh, tribal aspects, and yet I see people suffer, suffer, suffer greater beyond than just a normal life of living. And I'm like, it's time to make a change. It's time to make a change. And if you're not,
And that's religion. It's time to make a change. So I'm gonna join this religion and hope that God take over. Hope that Jesus take the wheel. Hope that I could find a congregation of people that can help me on this journey, at least mentally. Because again, they all living a lie, right?
not really willing to make a change, well, then just continue on in your life. But don't complain and point fingers. The white man's not doing it. The China man's not doing it. The Lebanese man's not doing it. The Arab man's not doing it. They may have done something. They may have done it, but it comes a time that there is a power greater than what they have intent to do or had intentions to do. There comes a time when you have to rise.
There comes a time when there's like the power is always there, brother. It's just we're not tapping into it. The religion got you thinking that it's going to be God's time and God controls the power. The creator controls the power. You don't control the power, bro. Bunch of powerless religious people. Bunch of people that don't think they can do anything to make a change. No spirituality, no belief in self, no knowing. I mean, these are the saddest people on the planet, brother. Just left the gym and left weaker. Come from church weaker than you went in. Like, you know what I mean? You just came from the gym, dog. How you not getting gains? How you don't get no gains? You just left Africa. You not getting no gains in your mission, in your spiritual journey. These religions are cesspools for depressed, cesspools for the disturbed, you know, run around here looking to fit in, looking to chase an imaginary dream.
And say, man, for what I stand for, it's more powerful than what these jokers have done. You see, you can only be taken advantage of if you are powerless. You know, this is what I'm going to tell y'all this right here. Most people fall victim to those who have power only by money. That's it. This is how people gain power, is by money. As I'm sitting here in the UAE,
Ain't no power, ain't no spirituality, and nothing this nigga's saying, bro. Y'all Hebrews is lost. It might be true for the most 99.9% of the world, because everybody ain't one. But this not a religious person talking. This not a Hebrew Israelite on a mission to save the world, looking for the lost tribe of Israel, talking about you got covenants and promises, and you need money, but you a cursed people. You need money, but the white man make it, and he's the enemy. And you need money. You need money. Like, this is weak. This is powerless, brothers and sisters. This is your doctrine here. This is what your God gives you. Or obviously he don't give you. He don't give you money. Like, it ain't no power in the people. Ain't no unity there. Ain't no strength in numbers. There's no divine plan amongst y'all. You need spirituality because these people are weak. People are hopeless. You know? Everybody got the way but us, but him. Like I said, we need, I mean, it's hard to, you can't make a person a leader because they got a platform, because people watch them, and you know what I mean? This shit is real different. But this is the hypocrisy. This is the hijacking of good people. Because Cuz could be good. Obviously, he could be good. He got a following. People like it. We like listening to him and seeing him, risk his life and limbs out here fucking with these Africans. We like to see it. But in reality, he should be home here in America. You know what I mean? Building his congregation, building his family network. But he brainwashed by this foreign doctrine that everything pure is in Africa and in Asia, everywhere but America, and that America is the white man's land and we not from here, and everything but the truth. Like, it's really hard to get out of that mindset that these people are in. They so indoctrinated. Like, there's such a hate for the white man. I ain't on front. Like, it's really a hate for the white man and what he supposedly did to you. That's blocking these people's spirituality. You know, white man didn't do nothing, but he did kidnap your ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that we know for sure that he did. The way these niggas act, we don't trust nothing he said. They don't trust the Bible. They don't trust nothing. But they for sure that he kidnapped us, and he was the one that scattered us. Brother, he got your mind. He trapped you in your mind, disconnected you from your spiritual source, from your connection, from your power source. And now you're just waiting to see if thou will be done. Fuck that.
right over in mine, right? They got a lavish. I've lived in Saudi Arabia. I lived in Kuwait. I've been to uh, um, Oman. I've been to a lot of Muslim countries, and their oil brings them money, which brings them power. No different than the Europeans. The gun got them the power. The Arab sword got them some power.
Squarespace's creative tool.
So I'm telling you, there's only two types of ways to get money in America: cooning, and you a coon or you a killer. And he's promoting either one. He's promoting
Creates weapons, which creates jobs, which
cooning and killing. That's your Hebrew Israelite. You're going to become a colonizer, brother. You're going to become a colonizer because your God has forsaken you. You're going to become a colonizer because you're sitting here waiting on somebody to do something for you. Their God is the gun. Their God is the money. It sounds like a Jewish person to me. Don't black me for that. I'm just saying culturally. You know? We're gonna put all our faith into some shit that these motherfuckers print. The God of the world is a, a painted tree. A painted tree with light-skinned white folks. Like being a Hebrew is ridiculous, bro. You get nothing from it. You don't get no power. God only deal with money. Your God forsaken you, brother. You have been forsaken.
pay people to go fight. You get land, you get people to where it becomes.
Look at the smile on his face for this capitalism, for this colonialism, for this modern day slavery. You get people, you pay them to work, servitude. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what does this got to do with Hebrew Israelites? What does this got to do with you traveling the world finding the lost tribes? Because he's trying to make them colonizers. He's trying to get them to be the new high class, to push this doctrine and suppress the world. Subconsciously, he's doing this. Money, 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 money. Money. That's the Hebrew's best friend. Goldman, Goldstein, Silverman, Silverstein. No power. No I am. You need money. Look at the smile on his face when he talk about money. You ain't see him when he talked about power. You ain't see that smile when he talked about the family. But when he talked about money and hiring people to work in servitude, oil, he get the biggest, his face light up. His face light up.
Slaves and workers and all this stuff. But there's something more greater than that. That is a belief system that there is an entity beyond this life. What does that mean? When you come to understand that, you're not afraid to die. Nobody can control you. No.
It's a difference from where you at and where I'm at. I'm not afraid to die either. But I'm not afraid to die hoping I get to go to heaven. I'm not afraid to die because I'm excited to be alive. You know what I mean? I'm too excited to be alive to be afraid to die. But you want to go to heaven because that's where you get your covenants and your promises. That's where your shit start. That's where the Muslim world start. He get 50 wives. You know what I mean? 50 virgins or 70 virgins or some shit. When they die, they're all ready to die. Ain't nobody ready to live. That's what I'm saying. Like the hardest thing sometimes is not going to jail. Going to jail is harder. At least you be like, yeah, I tried, man. I went out like a champ, nigga. If it wasn't for the white boy, I would have got away. You know what I mean? You can really say some type of shit. Yeah, man. When they let me out, I'm gonna get back at it. You know. suicide by a cop and get the cops to kill you and shit. That's what they sound like. They don't want to live. They don't want to fight the fight. They don't want to get up every day and put water on the seed. Prune the seeds. They'll tell you that the white man corrupted the Bible. He don't want to live in the white man's world, but he all stuck on money. Can't figure out his own way to make it work. Starting with the family network. Like again, you need a family system.
Nobody can control you when you're not afraid to die. Them- Shoot me, cut my head off. So be it. What? You know,
Die for what? For a place in heaven, for a promise in a covenant. That's a brainwash. He brainwashed. He don't have nothing to live for. That's what he's saying, yo. A lot of these people, they excited about heaven. They living for death. It's death cults. It's depression. It's death cults for the depressed. It's a death cult for the oppressed and the disturbed. It ain't a life cult. It ain't a soul cult. Again, we talk about coming back and being here. Like if you die today, you fuck around and come back tomorrow, nigga. You tripping? In our culture, dealing with the soul, Ken, we coming right back. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't no rush to die, but ain't nobody afraid to die. I afraid in a rush to reset. You see? But they Hebrews, they ready to die because that's when they get to see Jesus. When you die, that's when you get to meet your maker. You see what I'm saying? When you die, you get to heaven. Your streets is paved with gold. It's a death cult. They living for death. They living to die. They're not living to be alive. They're not living to be one to receive the bounty of life, the gifts. Like again, he ain't talk about no gifts of life, no bounty, no attraction, no pulling beauty towards you in fostering beauty. Like where is he fostering beauty at? Where is he taking the one Hebrew that he found and fostering that, creating a community, creating a spiritual existence? Nah, it's just these Hebrews, these missionaries is junkies. They just looking for one trick after the next trick. Keep turning people, keep giving people depression, keep telling people that they cursed, and keep telling people that they gotta wait for a promise and a covenant. Because that's their high, getting people to believe in their depression, getting people to buy in to their abuse.
to die is to gain. And I never understood that in scrolls in the scriptures, in ancient writings. I never understood that. If you're not willing to die for something, you've never lived. Now, hold up, Go Black. I know what do you mean by that? Let me break this down to you all. Man, Acorn, hey, I appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate you. Let me break this down to you all. There are many people who will never live their life because of fear. You are so afraid what people think, what people's going to do. You know, me doing this YouTube, right? And I have offended people. I have received death threats. I walk in these airports. Some people see me, they approach me like, hey, you the guy to do this. I disagree with you, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I really didn't like what you said, this and that, this and that. That. I can't walk in fear. If you walk in, look, how do they shackle and put chains on your neck and put you on a boat? It's either you have a desire to live or not. You
What happened to the Most High? What happened to the curse? What happened to you? Can't avoid the curse. Can't avoid your destiny, right? You being a lost tribe, you had to be kidnapped. That's part of the prophecy. You know what I mean? So then they was weak, scared people because your God set them up to be weak and scared people. They didn't choose it. If you believe in your book, you believe in what they saying, that it was all prophesied before the people that was kidnapped and scattered was even born. You can't blame them for being kidnapped. And you see what I'm saying? Like they don't know what they want. He wants spirituality. He want to depend on himself because obviously he hate his ancestors because they was weak. They got kidnapped.
You know, I was hit with this question in a spirit one day. Was our ancestors cowards or were they heroes? Well, it all depends on how you look at it. Were you afraid to die that you stayed in slavery? And those who died without wanting to become slavery, were they heroes? Which ones are we? Well, it all depends on the perspective because I'm not calling anyone anything.
But which one is the Bible's perspective? See how you can pick and choose which perspective you want? You can pick and choose when the Bible is applicable, when the curse is applicable, when it ain't. You know what I mean? Like the Pan African shit, this Hebrew shit, they know it's garbage. They know it's garbage. They picking and choosing it. Which one are you? He wants you to pick a side when the Bible says it was the God, it was the curse. We were destined to be put on ships. You were destined to be put on ships. So how? If the God of the Bible, you know what I mean, can flood the world and put everybody on a boat with Noah, you think he could stop you from being kidnapped? But this is the thing. That's what he's saying. It's like how the religious people pick and choose. You gotta put that book down because it make you double talk and it have you double minded. You know what I'm saying? You should be focused on spirituality and you can see through the bullshit. Because now he trying to rationalize in his own mind why it don't fit. Like, should I look at these people as heroes? That's what I be telling y'all. It's an oppressed doctrine. That's why I appreciate bro for responding and having this conversation. But it's like, yo, like, do you look at your ancestors like they suckers? That's the Hebrew. You gotta look at them like they suckers. You gotta have that conversation. Like, how you gonna let somebody kidnap you? Fuck what God is talking about. Fuck the God in the sky. When you seen them niggas, you should have killed them. When they grabbed you, you should have held your breath. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on here. We got that home of the brave mentality. We ain't going. That's why when we talk about the Gullah Wars and the Seminole Wars and the Tuscaloosa, it resonates because we can't see our ancestors not fighting, accepting some shit like a curse from a book and letting some people carry them off. So why you gotta be a Hebrew if you're gonna have to live with this paradox, this dichotomy of what my ancestors weak suckers? Because that's the dichotomy that they give you if you accept a book. But you can't. They can't.
Ancestors cowards or were they heroes? Well, it all depends on how you look at it. Were you afraid to die that you stayed in slavery? And those who died without wanting to become slavery, were they heroes? Which ones are we?
Mm.
Well, it all depends on the perspective because I'm not calling anyone anything. All I'm saying is the fact that there are those who can go and instill fear on you. They can push fear on you
The Bible.
by death threats, by putting threats against your family members, by
Putting
holding you
curses on you,
hostage, by torturing you.
promising you some covenants, promising you reparations, leaving you wanting, deceiving you and tricking you out your birthright, telling you from another place, showing you some Africans, telling you that they better than you. that they sold you, you fell for all them tricks, bro. Look at him. Look at his face. He know he fell for all them tricks. That's Hebrew Israelites. You are the rabbit. You silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. You fell for all of them joints.
by enslaving you. Isn't this true? And all race of people have done it across the globe, enslaved one another. The question of it is that how much are I've heard this before. You know, you talk to brothers and sisters in America. Oh man, if it was me, man, back then, I would never become a slave. And then the joke was, as soon as that whip would pick that bale of cotton, Negro. Yes, sir. Because you know, nobody knows how they'll react when pain is instilled on this flesh. But I learned a lot.
Coons and killers. Coons and killers. And you turn a coon to a killer with fear. You have a coon kill his own people because he's scared to die. Again, there's no spirituality in this religion, bro. There is no spirituality. There is no present. There's no gift of life. There is no purpose here for life for you. You know? Are your ancestors cowards? Are they weak? Like that's the only Hebrew question. That's a Hebrew and a Pan African question. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to give you this covenant. He wants to give you this curse. He's gonna go to fucking Thailand. He just left Africa passing out these curses, passing out this same depression doctrine. Because this is the thoughts that you're going to have to deal with once you buy into this Hebrew religion. Once you buy the shit he's selling, once you believe that you got a covenant, a promised land, now you got to think about, damn, were all my ancestors weak, scared? Because now you believe everything these crackers are telling you now. You are scattered. Somebody had to scatter you. The white man taking credit for it. So, hey, I guess he did it. And they run around here pushing this religion, pushing this false depression. And now we got to ask ourselves, was our parents weak? Was our parents scared? Was our parents, why didn't they kill themselves? That's because you're cursing your own life. You know what I mean? God forbid that your ancestor was a slave. God forbid that they did kill themselves. You would not be listening to me right now. You would not be here because they killed themselves. So you gotta curse your own life. You gotta curse your own existence. You wish they were so strong enough that you could disappear. You know what I mean? I wish they had the balls to kill themselves and you die. You might as well die mentally. You might as well die spiritually because the shit is running in your veins. The pussy, the eye smell is running in your veins because of this information that he just gave you, because of this promise and this covenant and this biblical curse. That's what I be saying. They can't live with this shit. They trying to get other people to come here and live with them in their depression, to believe the the hype, so that way they don't feel bad about being weird, about having to have scared people in a family.
That the depravity of Africa stems from the people,
Hmm.
not the outside, their own.
Do you know what's in your cheap protein powder? Well, here to tell us is
The depravity, the depravity.
Africa is deprived from its own ignorance. Its own ignorance. It's rather for outside sources to come in and do business or behave in certain fashions to tell them how to operate and control than for them to have that power themselves. This is why democracy is really a a lie. It's a bamboozle tool used to have a people believe that a system can save you. And so then the democracy only means that if America can spread her wings over her little children, these little nations, and have control over their governments, then you have puppets. That means you can plant money in their pockets and have them behave in fashions to deprive their country. There are people who will sell out their own countries or their people, and this is just how evil is. But when I come across and I'm here, I've been, like I said, I lived in Arab countries. It's amazing that they have their own religion, they have their own sources, which is oil.
Just want to give him a second for the algorithm. But again, he's talking about earthly things.
And they've built beautiful nations. You know, many have built beautiful nations. I mean, cities and countries and have the wealth. Many of them, they and look, and they don't even work. They go, we got the money. We'll let people come in from other countries to work. We'll have third nationals come in to work.
The colonizer, the colonizer, the anti-spiritualist. You know what I mean? He's not. These people ain't spiritual, brother. They not trying to save the world. They not trying to. At least I talk about robots. I feel bad. We gotta get some robots out here. But the colonizer is into colonizing. The Hebrew is into separate nations when it pleases them. Everybody in the Hebrew, when it, you know what I mean, when it suits them. You can have a third national come here and work from Africa, right? From Thailand, from one of these third world countries that he's going to, trying to find his Hebrews. Like this is the hypocrisy of the religion. How they take spiritual people, people that believe in the soul, people that believe in the enlightenment of the soul, the connectivity of the universe, the connectivity, the oneness of things, the purpose of life, and their part in it. And they take those people and they hijack them. They take those people and they confuse them and they give them this hatred of their own family and a hatred of their own lineage. What doesn't matter if somebody around you was a slave or somebody around you was a mass murderer? What would it matter? I am. Do you agree what they did or not? Can you say that you would do it or would you not? You run around here with these curses, these fake Louis bags, these cheap knockoff depression bags. And like I say, it comes down to the point where it makes you hate your own bloodline, the shit that runs through your veins, your source of power, the thing that make you different. If he just check his DNA, he find out he non-Neanderthal. He don't have nothing in common with them people in Africa. He don't have that same gene that they have. But he reading a book. The book said we all got one mama, come from Eve, and it was created by the Creator. But conveniently, somebody's parents could have ignored the creator and they could have killed themselves. When it was time to be put on slave ships and scattered around the world, they had the choice. Don't believe that Bible. They had a choice and they made a choice to be cowards. This is what comes with this doctrine. Yeah, they all made their choice. They ain't have nothing to do. They had no say in it. They was born scared. And that's what runs through your veins and shit. It's depression.
Not to say that they're all like great buddy friends, but they know they're brothers. They do know that. And there's one distinction that they do have likeness in. There's one likeness rather that they do have in unity, and that's Allah. That's the Quran. We, on the other hand, have thousands of different religions. We don't stand on one, the Most High. We don't stand. There's too many of them. Too many. You know, you. I've said this before. Because me and my wife, we got our place. One of our places are in Tanzania.
But again, this is what I want to say is like, that's why Hebrews will be Moors. Hebrews will be um, Pan Africans. They be Ifa. A Hebrew will be a Hindu. Hebrew will be anything. You see what I'm saying? You just heard him tell you why. He just told you why. So I'm saying it again. Hebrews would be anything because they looking for spirituality, not the oppressor, the people that's been oppressed, the people that bought into the doctrine. They looking for spirituality. That's why they'll say, Oseo, Oshun. They'll give props out to everything. They call it all one God. This man just said he don't believe in the God. He don't believe in none of that shit. He's looking for the great spirit. But the white boy can conflated it and misconstrued it, and now the great spirit don't reside with inside of you. The great spirit is in the moon. But he willing to put everybody together though and say that we ain't got a religion, but then everybody's supposed to be separate because it's only supposed to be you and your people. But he is looking for spirituality. He looking for oneness, y'all. They not looking for religion. And religion is the trick. What y'all looking for is oneness. That's what he's looking for. That's why he's traveling the world. He's trying to find a spark of oneness. He's trying to get everybody to be brothers. I'm telling you, they will find a religious banner. They will be Christians. They don't care. They be Christians. They be Hebrews. They be Moors. Whatever is going to bring peace, they'll accept it. They're looking for peace. They're looking for some type of harmony in life. They don't know that you got to get all this bullshit with it. That you got to curse your family. That you got to sit up late at night and think, could they have gone against God's will and broke the curses?
Thousands of different religions. We don't stand on one.
You see, we don't stand on one. That's all they really want. They want oneness. They don't want this Hebrew shit. They don't want that religion. They want oneness. They don't understand life. Oneness is a thing that starts within. You have to one yourself before you can be one with everybody. Everybody gonna stand on different religions. A religion is based upon your your environment, based upon your ecology. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still out here not using electricity on the weekends. Like y'all don't understand. I guess God don't do inventions. Fuck with a Hebrew God don't do technology. He don't get no upgrades. but they looking for oneness and they don't know it. They looking for spirituality. He don't know it. You got to leave this religion alone because it's stopping you from seeing what you're looking for. Again, I told you that when Cain killed Abel, he said, the people are going to slay me. Anyone that see me is going to kill me. The other people in the world already had morals and ethics. We can get together on morals and ethics. We don't have to get together on religion. We can get together on spirituality. That's not a religion. Your religion is what a Hebrew needs because he don't know how not to kill his own brother. As soon as you make an Adam and a Cain and an Abel, they get to killing each other. So you got to put a mark on them so people know not to kill him because he's a killer. So if we get back to the world where everybody can, you know, live natural, thou shalt not kill, and it don't need to be a written rule. That's spirituality. Religion keeps you from that, and y'all can't see that. And he about to say some ill shit though that shows the hypocrisy.
Most High. We don't stand. There's too many of them. Too many. You know, you. I've said this before. Because me and my wife, we got our place. One of our places are in Tanzania, and it's 90% Muslims. I enjoy. I don't care what people say about. You can talk about Muslims all day long. I don't care. I enjoy being in the atmosphere of Muslims than a Christian atmosphere. Do you know why?
Tell them why.
At least on the surface, and I'm going to say the surface, y'all, because look, Muslims ain't perfect. I've met those who are crooked, who drink, who have sex, who do everything against the Quran. I'm not saying all, but what I'm saying is on the surface, in the streets, in the public's eye, they're not going to allow what Christianity has evolved and turned into.
He living a lie. They living a lie. These people willing to live a lie. You know what I'm saying? And he's willing to live around people that's living a lie. He prefer people that's living a lie than he prefer people that are living their own truth. You understand that concept? That's why they travel the world. That's why they trying to be missionaries. They want to live a lie. They want to be around people that can pretend to be good, not be good, pretend. And those people need religion. Those people need consequences to negative actions. Those people need repercussions to the crimes and to the lust. See?
Because of a small minority of evil, wicked people, Christianity stands for nothing. And it's the European concept. We shouldn't be standing on Christianity if you really look at the fact of what it stands for, the names it used, the translations. It's removed us from the true, living, most high and what we stand on, righteousness. That's why I say I enjoy that. People can ridicule, Muslims all day long, but I can tell you this right here: the mess that we have to go through, you don't find it on the streets. You're not going to see it, and there's a sense of peace and liberty that I'm enjoying being in the community of Muslims. As I said before, Muslims is our brother.
They are brothers. Everybody's their brothers. Or everybody's an Israelite, an Ishmaelite. You know what I'm saying? It's a pan African movement, bro. They want to play along and pretend. This ain't spirituality. This is weak and wicked. This is what's keeping us back. This is what got this man traveling, sitting in the airport, running from pillar to post, trying to find his tribe. trying to find the example of a family network. Like instead of building it himself, he want to look for an example. He want to look for the epitome. Spirituality is what's inside of us. Spirituality is what moves us. You know, we out here stuck chasing wannabes. Bro is a good guy. A lot of these Hebrew Israelites, they are good people. They are spiritual people. They want oneness. They want a connection with their brothers. They don't want the fear. They don't want the scared ancestors. They don't need these promises and covenants when we got opportunity right here.
They from the Ishmael side. They know that at least. They at least know the side they come from. Scripture. We don't even know we come from the Israel side and how we supposed to stand. But when I go into uh, more of the African countries, of course, we're lost people because we've taken on many habits. Look at us in America, just in the short amount of time that we stand, just in the matter of 20 years, look how the people as a whole evolved in. Look what we've taken on. Look at the image we portray. Look at our belief systems. Look what we agree to. Look what we socialize with. Look what we have ordained. Look what we have ushered in.
And look what you left. You know what I'm saying? Look what you, not you particularly, but look at what you left. And look at what your religion allows you to leave behind. You sound like there's a fight there. You sound like there's a problem. Like, again, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Because you're not articulating it. You're not standing on it. It must not be a big deal to you if you left it. It must not be something that can be changed if you left it. Like, again, these people, they give up on the world. They give up on their ability to make a change. They give up on their ability to have uh, to leave a mark in society. That's what he's doing, and they putting it on us. They want to make us feel bad about being different. I don't want to feel bad about being different. I want to stay spiritual. I don't want to let these religions take over our minds when we're just looking for oneness. We are looking to tap into a power. Like, you can't tap into Jesus. That man just talked, gave a lot of good political speeches, a lot of good intentions of a utopian society, but he ain't talk about no power. He ain't mentioned God's plan once. What God is going to do, how God is going to step in and move mountains, how he going to shake the walls of Jericho. None of that. There's no power in nothing Hebrew Israelites is doing. These niggas is weak. They weak. I don't care you standing on the corner looking tough. You hit the gym. You ready to beat up on your brothers, but you weak. You're not moving the world. You're waiting on your promise and your covenant. You're running from your scared ancestors' legacy. You're running from the defeat of your temples and destruction of your villages. The defeat of your villages and the destruction of your temples, right? That's what you're running from. And you want to bring other people onto this depression. You want to invite other people into this life of scared, this life of fear. Because if you don't know God, you don't have to fear him. The thing is, you got to fear God. That's what they want you to do, fear God. They want to bring fear into you. Because again, it's consequences to not following the code. But I didn't hear no power. I didn't hear no blessings, no tapping into no source. Like it's worthless. Spirituality kills Hebrew Israelites, destroys Hebrew Israelites. Spirituality destroys these messianic messengers. I am is way more powerful than that book. That book is trying to tell you, didn't it say that ye are gods? Greater things shall you do, but all of you people are weak. Show me the nigga that's doing greater things. Show me the people that become one with the Father. Like that's what you're missing from the book. Y'all got the curses. It's down pat, my nigga. Like y'all can put that to the side. Y'all done mastered the curses. Y'all done mastered being cursed. Y'all done mastered being slaves, being oppressed. Why don't y'all put that down for a minute? Pick up the I am. Pick up the ye are gods. The responsibility to your gifts. Respond to your abilities. That's what the Hebrew ain't gonna do. He gonna sit here and wait and complain. He gonna try to infiltrate your group and hope that you got some spirituality that he can take. Hope that you got something that he can add on to and use as an example. Because again, you read the Bible, you don't get no power. You read the Bible, you don't get no examples. The Bible ain't no blueprint for living off this bitch. They be lying. You know what I'm saying? Where's the spirituality at in the message? Where's the power in the message? Don't keep telling me what happened 1,000 years ago. Where's my power to surpass, to overcome? That's what they lack. But that's what the people are looking for. That's what the people are gravitating to. They hope that there's power in there. They hope that there's some sort of spiritual connection to something greater in there. But you're not connected to the creator fucking with these niggas. You're not. Because your creator said you cursed. And you have no say in that. Ashalara. You have no say in being cursed. So therefore, you're disconnected from control. You're disconnected from oneness. You're disconnected from the source. So why would you sit here and waste your time believing in a book, believing in a religion, when you want the spirituality, you want the oneness that they hide inside the book. You want the connection to the power that they allude into. Might as well put that shit down. Leave them dudes right on the corner where they at. Leave him in the airport, bro. We love you to death. We're gonna have to leave you in the airport because you're not one. You don't feel the creator. Like again, if there is a creator, come on, bro. If there is a power, you're not connected to it. That's the thing. If you talking about creator, you gotta live in creation. You gotta do greater things. You gotta push the envelope. We gotta be better than our ancestors. If they was weak and scared like y'all pushing. But no, these niggas is weak and scared and waiting too. Still waiting on the promised land, still waiting on the covenant. And ain't got no power. Distracting the people. Disturbing the people. Wasting their life. Like again, like we gotta have a conversation like this. We gotta talk to bro. Bro, this should be your last trip to the end of the world. You going to Thailand, looking for Hebrews? Huh? This nigga looking for his keys in the middle of the day with a flashlight. You got a flashlight in the middle of the day looking for your keys. and they in the car. You left your keys in the car at home, safe, and you all traveling the world looking for. Like, this is the power that they missing, the power to assess. And he had to break it down. A lot of these niggas got to break it down. I had to make a decision. I had to decide for myself. I had to talk to myself. He changed that from yesterday when it was, God told me and God said this. And yeah, man, this religion steal your common sense. They take your intuition. They take your knowing. You know what I mean? Because again, if fuck, if God don't tell you it, imagine you just see it. You just know it. you know? Like again, how do you know an answer to something? It just pops up in your head and you recite it. You don't pull out a book in your mind. You don't turn the page in your mind and scroll down the page. No, it pops into your head. That's how your future is. That's how your reality is. That's how your cures is. They just pop into your head. A to B, blueprinted. Maybe HD, maybe 4K, depending on your upgrade. You ain't got to worry about somebody having a conversation and saying it. You know, I am. You tapped in. That's what you missing. You missing that security and knowing that you tapped in. It's a terrible thing when you want to be one. When you're doing all of this work and you putting in all this energy to find power and you missing it. Trying to find the strength. You're trying to find that connection, but it keep slipping through your grasp. You got to slow down, brother. You got to sit down. You got to meditate. You got to look inside. You have to be a spiritual being. You got to get out this religion, bro. Get out this money, 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 and start attracting. Attract the people. Like again, if you no, there's like nobody talks about their purpose. Where is he going? Why is he looking for these people? What is the purpose of finding the lost tribe, the scattered? What are you going to do? What is your purpose in life? What drives you, brother? We're dealing with a bunch of religious zealots, a bunch of colonist missionaries that want money, that don't know that they are the source of all things. They don't have that spiritual connection to tap in, to move mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like again, nigga tell you that I should step to the mountain and tell it to move. I don't hear these niggas talking like that. Do you hear the spirituality, the power? Because you can't tap into it. You can't tap into the power that's going to move a mountain. That's oneness. That's I and the mountain are one, man. You know what I'm saying? I am everything, universe. Total opposite of what y'all got. I got a lot of like you gotta question God all day. Who got time to be sitting up here you know what I mean, questioning God and or is this what God wanted? Brother, what is your purpose in life? What is the end result? And I ain't saying that's the finish line, but every goal every mission got a goal. You getting on these planes, you acting like you on a mission. You bringing a message. What's the message? The message is that you was a slave and your grandparents were scared to kill themselves. Huh? What's the message? The message is the Lord that created you said that he was going to scatter you around the world and no man shall be able to find you. But here I am. I found your dumbass. Oh, no man should be able to bond you. Whatever. I don't know. None of it has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with this family network that you're trying to build in your mind. We want to go down here and ruin somebody else's world. We want to stand on the corner and ruin somebody else's day. Oh, you about to catch the bus? You going to work? You going to work for that goddamn devil? You going to pay them bills from that goddamn devil and feed your nappy-headed kids and send them off to college to go learn for that goddamn devil and then go work for that motherfucker? That's what you're going to do? Huh? Well, you go have a nice day then, Hebrew lady. Because you know they're going to call you a Hebrew after they done cursed you and all that shit. Huh? That's how they nice to meet you as. Oh, you down here shopping. You shopping in the white man stores, huh? That's what you're doing. You out here feeding the white man. Sister, don't you know that you are helping the oppressor? You a Hebrew. You a Hebrew. You shouldn't be out here helping the oppressor. You know? You only here because God sent you here. God made you a slave. So wait a minute. You telling me that God is helping the oppressor? So God made me a slave and you worried about me going shopping? Nigga, you better go the fuck here. You better, man, slide. Because, real. Because your God is the biggest oppression. Oppression. Your God is the greatest oppressor. The most dominant force of slavery in the world is your God. That's why they get excited when they talk about money and hiring servants and hiring third world nationals. Because they got a slave making God. And all they do is go through and enslave people and mentally damage the rest. And still, no one tapped into the power. No one said what they're going to do with this Bible, with this power of God, how they're going to move mountains and change the world, how they're going to call on the power of the Most High God to stop this evil enemy of the people. Nope. They want to go hang out with fucking Muslims because they brothers, the Ishmael. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no win here. Everybody is their brother, but nobody is spiritual. Nobody is one. Nobody is powerful. Nobody's going to change it and push it forward. They're going to stick in this damn 2,000-year-old book if it's true. I don't even think it's true. 2,000 years, my foot. But they ain't going to add on to it. That's blasphemy. The living God, the God with the bad name, the God that they call Joshua, but it's called Jesus, but his name is Joshua. Ain't no power in it. He-Man had the power of Grayskull. By the power of Grayskull, I am the power. Who the hell are you? Lost, confused Hebrews, chasing everything outside of themselves, looking for the epitome, looking for the prototype of happiness and the family structure examples, and can't create it because the God didn't tap into their mind. The God didn't give them the vision. The God don't have no spirituality to inspire. They just sitting here on their hands waiting to go to heaven, waiting to find some more people to wait with them and go to heaven. Like, they should meet people and give out tickets. You're number 206. Yep, they're gonna call your number. You're number 208. Yep, they're gonna call your number. You're 200. That's it. All y'all niggas just go wait. Just go ahead and sit here and wait. Once you buy into this shit, you wait until until God calls your name. Don't be afraid to die. Shawnee said, I remember when I was younger and going to church, I always had a weird feeling being there. And since years of outgrowing it, it's been, what do you say? Being there, and since years of outgrowing that religion, why I had those feelings. I mean, when I used to go to church, I didn't really pay attention, right? I used to, we used to, kids all used to meet up in like the back of the church. We used to meet in the basement. We used to meet in the back. We would have like kids' church. And I would be preaching every Sunday, right? So I would be like the preacher in like our little church in the basement. I didn't really pay too much attention, but I would watch the politics and I would watch how people didn't act like they believed. You know, it was real. Like you said, it's really just a show. It's really just for the music. It's just for the camaraderie. You know, it's where you take your kids to get good stories and good entertainment. It's wholesome. It's not a spiritual place. You know, they say you can call on the name of Jesus, but the trick is it gotta be thy will. If you call on Jesus, but he ain't with it, you just wasted your quarter and shit. You know what I mean? Like that was a whole call that was wasted. Cause if it ain't according to his will, hallowed be thy will. You call, you know, a nigga name, but he wants you to be oppressed. He might want you to be sitting there getting ready to be a slave. You got a plan to change the world. Um, but your God is like, nah, you cursed. Just fall back. He's like, what? No, that was Jacob. That was Isaac. You ain't cursed me. He's like, yeah, but you look like them. You from that same line, nigga. Fall back. And that's why they sitting around saying, well, damn, well, my ancestors weak. Were the ones that killed themselves heroes? Were the ones that went against God's will? Were they heroes? Were the ones that stuck and listened and was obedient to the curses? Were they suckers? Were they scared? Like, or do you say they the real? Like, again, that's why y'all know this shit ain't right, because they supposed to be the real ones. They ain't afraid, you know. That's why I said you can't curse the people that made you, because again, if they was they was so alive and not afraid to die that you are here today, it's easier to kill yourself. It is. It's harder to live and fight every day for freedom. Fight every day, you know, to save the people that you're here with. Yeah, I could kill myself and leave and disappear, but that ain't, like I say, it ain't a man. A man can, he's strong enough to live out in the woods. But when you stick to living in society, you're on a spiritual journey. You're part of oneness. You're cooperative. People missing out on that. On oneness. Oneness is everything. Oneness is your power. Oneness lets you know, like again, if I mean, a Hebrew is stuck in the world where he's weak. A Hebrew is stuck in the world where the Lord God, he hates you. Your God hates you, bro. At the best, at the least, the nigga just he conned you. He a con artist. He finessed you. You know what I mean? At the best, he hates y'all. He gonna give it to you one day. but he just don't fuck with you, so he ain't gonna give it to you right now. I get that, but in reality, what if it's all a con? It's just a finesse, you know, a lie. Y'all got finessed. See, she said her older cousin was the preacher, no doubt. And that's the same, and that's what I be saying. Like, that's how they get us, because we get there, and then the kids take over the roles, the responsibilities. We grow up being crossing guards, and the crossing guards become, student government, and student government become politicians. It's the training ground. Raise a child up in it, and you will be, you know, one. What is it? He'll never depart from the shit, you know? To realize she was more abundant, right? That's what we gotta be. We gotta be more abundant. What's up, Rain? And that's the thing. How do you realize you're more abundant? That's power. You see, that's what we're looking for. We want to be more abundant. Because ain't no abundance in the church. Ain't no attraction in the church. To be abundant, you know? And that's, again, that's purpose driven. That's aligned with your purpose. That's knowing thyself. Because can't nobody give you abundance. Ain't no abundance doctrine in Hebrew Israelitism. You know? Abundance is self-knowing. Abundance is a knowledge of self. Abundance is is pulling. It's directed. You have to direct abundance. You know what I'm saying? Abundance is directed. Abundance is controlled. Abundance is infused and influenced. Abundance is not thou will. You know what I mean? Abundance is my will, is your will, is your mama's will. Yeah, you got to step away from this depression doctrine in order to be abundant. A nigga tell you you got the power to do something, and then you remember that you cursed. That's gonna stop your abundance, don't you think? If I can sit here and I can move this chair, but they're gonna tell me, well, remember you just hurt your back. I'm like, what? Yeah, remember that. Nah, nigga. Let me be abundant. And I am abundant. I am not depressed. I am not oppressed. I am in a state of being abundant and growing in my abundance. You don't need no fucking religion. We need spirituality. We need knowing. You know? That's what I'm saying. I swear most people don't believe in the God of the Bible that they profess. You can't. You can't. Because if you believe them, you want to get away from them. He got a bad bugging track record of blocking abundance. They say a rich man can make it through the eye of a needle before he can make it through the gates of heaven. You better step back if you're trying to be abundant. Because you ain't going to be able to make it. You see, that depression sticks with you. Don't be a rich man. You're going to miss out. Don't be abundant. Don't be attractive. You're going to miss out. And that stifles you, you know? Because again, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be great. You can't be great and be a Hebrew. It's impossible. You can't be great. You might have did something great, but it's not going to be a consistent thing. You see? Greatness is spirituality. Greatness is consistency. It's a practice. It's the way of life. It's not a one-off. It's not a God. It's not a God will. It's a I am. This is what I am. This is what I do. I do my best. No excuses to be made. I am, and I'm knowing it. And I'm standing on that, on my ability to be good, my ability to be better than I was, my ability to be the best at my mission, my purpose. You see what I'm saying? That's not religion. That's spirituality. Spirituality is the relationship between you and the source. People always talking about a relationship with Jesus. They trying to steal spirituality. They want to steal your relationship to power. They want to steal your relationship to source. They want to steal your relationship to the connection. That's what they're trying to do. For real. Like, they want you to believe instead of working to know, practicing to know, experimenting to know, experiencing to know for sure. We ain't got to believe. Like, this is Aquarius. We in the know. You'll never know being a Hebrew. You'll never know. Because what do they know? They don't know anything. They accept that it's a plan already devised that they can't control. And the plan is not necessarily for their good. You got to admit it. You never know when these curses is going to pop off. Everybody talking about a generational curse is a Hebrew. It's the same mentality. It's some shit you can't control. It's generational. Come on now. I am. Somebody got to come and break a curse. Why wouldn't it be you? See? They don't give you that power in there. They don't give you that control, that knowing. Depression. And that's what we fighting against. The theft of our spiritual ones, the theft of our connection to source, to abundance. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. There's nothing wrong with going to church. There's nothing wrong with it if you know what you're going there for. You're going there for entertainment. You know what I mean? You're going there for something to do, for community, or even for you know, connections, right? Trying to get a good job or something. I don't know. But you got to know that that's not where your abundance lies. Your abundance lies in what you bring to that situation. That's where your abundance lies. Your abundance lies in knowing what you want out of life, being able to accept it and respect that you deserve it. That's where your abundance lies. Not letting somebody shortchange you. knowing where you, knowing what you value. You see what I'm saying? Like that's abundance. That's why I'm saying abundance is controlled because you control the value of abundance. You like you're not a junk man. Abundance don't mean you got a junkyard you send for the sun. No, you determine what you take and what you don't take. You determine. Again, this is attraction. You determine the uh the path because this is your journey. So that's abundance. You're in control. Abundance ain't a nigga just giving you shit. No, no, no. It's discernment in abundance. It's it's you're you're a connoisseur when you're abundant. You know what I'm saying? You know, like know yourself, know your worth when you're abundant. That's the thing. You're abundant. You can't be a religious person. I'm sorry, because you're not just going to take what they give you. You're not taking the status quo. You are controlling what happens to you. You are expecting good at all times. You're looking for the good in life, for the beauty in things. And you're here to enjoy this experience because you know that it's going to be fantastic. And abundance ain't chasing. You know what I mean? Like you fuck around and be chasing and you miss some shit. But when you it comes to you, the endless bounty comes to me. That's the vibrational energy that you gotta resonate on that level. When you're only, it's like a magnet for real. You can put a magnet next to a lot of stuff and it won't move. Certain things vibrate on certain frequencies, on higher frequencies, and they attract each other. They resonate. They're looking for each other. Like I'm saying, we're looking for our best self out here. I'm not looking for negativity. I'm not looking to lose. I'm not looking to be defeated. I'm looking for the highest and the best in life because I deserve it. I don't know what my great granddaddy did or what his great granddaddy did. That's irrelevant to today in my power of right now. I mean, I hope they not no suckers. You know what I mean? I hope they not, right? But that don't have no bearing on me. That don't have no bearing on my connection and my power. Cause I can be like, damn, maybe they wasn't connected. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't tap into their power. Maybe they had to do what they had to do. You know? That's discernment. Yeah, the regular Hebrew Israelite isn't our enemy. I seen it. I seen it a long time ago. You know? That's why I was saying, like, salute to all the Hebrews that's waking up. A lot of people have been taking this information and using it and waking up with it, tapping into their spirituality, into their I am, into their I deserve. Because it's hard to feel like I deserve when you scattered around the world, you know? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, and it's hard to forsake the people around you, your immediate community, your family, your Americans, you know, for a homeland in a book for something overseas when I want the best for the people around me. I want the best for the people that nurtured me and gave me hope, that fed me and clothed me and it gave me a chance to find myself. But you know, yeah, we're not going to be missionaries. We're going to be one. We're going to be in tune. Again, everything that we got is a result of the good, the bad, and the ugly of the things that runs in our veins. We can't run from your bloodline, and it's important that we don't run from it. You don't run from your homeland. You don't run from like again. If there was a God and He promised you something, I would assume that it would already be delivered. You know what I mean? Like, what's the hell? How you creator? You the powerful. You gonna do something? You ain't do it yet. Nah. So if there's a God and He had a promised land, you would already be in it. You chasing the world, traveling the world. You ain't grateful. Y'all some ungrateful Hebrews. You know what I mean? Y'all some ungrateful Christians. Y'all ain't happy with life. Y'all ready to get out of here and go sit up under Daddy. Go sit up under Yahshua. Yeah, they hijacked the oneness. I gotta wait to heaven to get your power. It's power right here. It's power in the word to create a world. And that's the thing, bro. Like we don't have spirituality. They so caught up in what money can do that they forgetting the people they trying to save. I try to get a lot of money. I ain't gonna front. And I realize that money is not going to help me here, brother. Money ain't gonna help you with the people that you're trying to help. That's a spiritualist. That's a spiritual experience. It ain't got nothing to do with money. I thought it was about money, but I'm chasing he's like again. Everybody knows that you can buy a politician, you can buy this person, you can buy that person. So what do you have if you don't have spirituality? If you can't impel a person, because I can't buy everybody. You have to learn how to be spiritual. Have to learn how to be a reflection, right? And that's what these people are missing out here. That's what they want, though. They want to reflect the universe. They want to reflect oneness. They want to reflect abundance and possibility, endless possibilities, endless power. You know, because guess what? That's what they think they're doing by telling you about the Creator. They telling you about power. They telling you about a story of knowing and a perfect plan. That's what they want you to believe. But they're not included. I mean, they're not the perfect. Like we're the end of the perfect plan. That's how I look at it. I don't get to have a you know, oh God gonna send somebody. Ain't nobody else. Is it? We it, and a, I am blessed to be able to have abilities to respond to and gifts to share. We all have abilities. We all have gifts to share. We all have an attraction to us to call out the the, the resources, the weapons, the the people that we need to complete our mission, our purpose in life. It's not in no book, it's in our mind. It don't need to be no voice. It's going to be a vision. It's going to be an imagination. I need to hear it. I need to see it. I need to feel it. When I see it, I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna know this is me. Like I say, when you see yourself in the future, you don't do you second guess that that's you, or do you feel you there? Do you feel yourself in abundance? Do you feel yourself in love? Do you feel yourself happy, and do you feel yourself secure? Like again, these Hebrews living a lie. They want slaves. They wanna they want more indoctrination so they can have more third world conversos. Like again, like some of these people, you know, their justification is that you're a non-believer. They can work you to death. They can enslave you mentally and physically because you don't believe what they believe. You're not willing to play the game and be a charade. So they don't really, they're just traveling the world looking for more workers, more slaves, looking for a way to get more money instead of looking for a way to create the world that they see. You can get money. I know you can get money. It's not a thing. Who cares about it? You know what I'm saying? Who cares about money when you're one, when you're abundant? That's the part people lose. The end game. When you achieve abundance, then it's not a thing anymore. You get, you know, not to say you get bored with it, but you might get bored with it. You might get bored with being so abundant. Having, you forget what it's like to not have. You forget what it's like to be a wanter. That's why I tell you, we got to practice this and master this thing so we can forget. We can forget what it's like to be stressed out, to be wanting and wishing and don't have nobody to help us, you know, live our dream and help us align with our purpose, help us live in our success. I mean, these Hebrews afraid of the experience, man. These Muslims afraid of the experience. They afraid to fail. They would rather, like I said, you would rather be a slave. You would rather sit here and judge your ancestors based upon a fictitious story than to sit on your ass and think of a better mousetrap. You know what I mean? Like that's it, brother. That's how simple this is. We got to think of a better mousetrap. It ain't the end of the world. But your spirituality, your connection, your ability to tap into the power to let you know that this is just a day at the office. I woke up with all power. This is another day at the job, baby. Hallowed be thy will. Get off of that. Hallowed be thy will, my will. I am, I am. Peace to the gods, though. What a beautiful day. I'm so glad to hang out with you. I hope this helps for anybody that's spiritually inclined, for anyone that feels more and has that resonation. Don't get caught up in these religions. Don't let them hijack your spirituality. What you're looking for is power. You're looking for a connection to the source of all things, the source of power. That's not in the Bible. You're looking for access to power. You're looking for access to control of that power. And that's not in the Bible. That's inside of you. That's your desire to be abundant. That's your desire to be the best self you can definitely be. And that was my goal. Thank you, Shani. Wait up, bro. Peace to the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods. And peace to the goddesses, goddesses, goddesses. Shout out to Shiny in the building. Pretty girl Rain in the building. OG Beyond Smith. Original God. Beyond Smith in the building. Shout out to everybody here. We love you. Nobody told you today. I love you. Love being in love with you. Love being spiritually connected to you. Vibrating highly as we do so well. And shout out to the brother for not striking the page and for responding to our video. I can't watch the whole thing, but I think that if that's where you start at, where you want to go with the next conversation, because I'll keep watching now. I see that you've been watching, and and again, like I say, y'all, we're here for this next level. This next level is spirituality. It's not always the religion that I'm going against, because I see what they're looking for. They want power, they want unity, they want oneness, they want togetherness. And that's not in the Bible. That's in spirituality. That's in spirituality, you know? So yeah, man. Love ya. Love ya. Love ya. Peace.